Firstly, I want you to know that when it comes to ranking each countries in the world according to their GDP, according to how rich they are economically, Japan ranks the third as at 2023. So how they do it? How are they able to manage to get to that level of all countries in the world? Japan are specifically known as the masters of savings, people that lived in Japan. And why? Because they have this unique way of saving their money. Now, in the United States alone, they are known for this buy now and pay later mentality, which has increased the average person's debt in the United States of America to $6,585. And what do I simply mean by this? What I mean by this is that in population in the United States, they are fond of buying things, like even if it is not needed, they are fond of buying things, just to get that immediate gratification, and they don't even mind buying it on credit. Unlike Japan, they have this unique way of saving, and which is called the $5.34 rule. Now, how does it work? How can you implement it in your daily life? This saving method is not necessarily for people in Japan only. It is applicable to anybody. Anybody can utilize this means of savings. And of course, what will be the results? Follow me, let's check in this video. But before that, if you are just seeing this channel, my name is Bioke Fatima, and I make videos on how to improve your mindset, your financial life, and how to live a life full of gratification. So if you are just coming here, kindly click on the subscription button, or if you have been here before, kindly give this video a thumbs up, because it will actually help this video a lot. Thank you, and lots of kisses. So in this video, I'll be walking you through just three steps that you can use to achieve this $5.34 rule of savings, so that you'll be able to spend less and save more. Because what is life without savings? Now, the first step is talking about the means in which we can achieve this method of savings. And in the 1990s, their grandfathers in Japan, I'm not a Japanese, so in their country, their grandfathers or grandmothers, they make use of this journal called the Kakeibo journal. Now, this Kakeibo journal is an household financial journal that is used to keep track of all their savings, to make them spend wisely, to know where their money is going, where money is coming in. Because filling this journal every day helps them to keep track of their savings. I don't know if you have heard about this thing that the housewives in Japan are actually responsible for, any household budget. They are responsible for budgeting how much is needed for that particular month, how much will sustain the household for that particular month. And after budgeting and documenting it, writing it down, they just give their husband an allowance. What do I mean by allowance? Every single month, husbands in Japan give their wife their salary they make for that month. They give it to their wife, so the wife is the one responsible for budgeting and documenting every damn thing they need for that month, and they will give the husband a percentage of the money that this is what is needed out of the salary. So they are the one literally responsible for managing the monthly income in the household. So as an individual that is watching this video right now, imagine you have this Kakeibo journal and you are a housewife. Your husband asked you that, okay, for this month of June, how many things do you think we need for the month? What percentage of my salary will be enough to sustain us for this month? How much do you think will be needed for the vacation we are planning for next month? And how are we able to cover from this income that we are expecting? Will it actually be enough to cover for these particular expenses? And of course, don't forget, by December we are having a birthday party. How much do you think we need to save every month to cover up all these expenses? As an housewife, if you have this kind of journal, all you need to do is just to write. This is the amount we need to spend per month in order for this money to sustain us for this month. We will be subtracting this amount to save every month so that it will meet our target for December. We have to do this, we have to do that. Unlike these days, the internet has taken up everything, and in those days, documenting, there's this kind of satisfaction that comes with writing things with your hand. Unlike going through there's one thing about the internet is that though we have notes, we have Microsoft Word, we have Word documents on our smartphone and laptop, but you can easily get distracted, and that is why this journal means of writing stuff is kind of unique, because on internet you can easily be distracted and you can even make mistakes, because before you know it, while writing down some things, you won't know when you will have been carried away and you just find yourself scrolling on Instagram. That's not what you came for. You actually opened your phone just to document things, but before you know it, you found yourself on Instagram. Before you know it, you found yourself on TikTok, and you are easily distracted, and you may even make mistakes with this kind of method. Now, to achieve this spending rule, you and I need to ask ourselves these 4 questions. And the questions are: number 1, how much money do you have available? We are talking about monthly documentation now. How much money do you have available? 2, how much will you like to save? 3, how much are you spending? And 4, how can you improve? And mind you, remember, we are making use of a journal. That is, you are to write with your hand. Don't use the internet. Do not use the internet. I am watching you. Now, from these questions, in order to achieve what amount you want to save, that is the question 2, in order to achieve the question 2, we are to subtract how much we want to save in that our monthly income that we are expecting. We are to subtract how much we want to save. So whatever balance we have, we are going to divide it according to the weeks that is inside a month. That is, we have 4 weeks. You are going to divide the available balance by 4 weeks, and whatever amount you have left is the amount you'll be spending per week, so that you would never exceed your budget. Now that we have done the 4 steps, congratulations. Now, what is the next step? The next step is to get another small journal. I mean, a smaller journal, more portable one, in which the amount you want to spend for that week that we have calculated in our Kakeibo journal, the amount you arrived at that you'll be needing to spend in a particular month, you are going to jot it in that small journal that, okay, for this week I want to be spending so amount. So it is that small journal that you'll be carrying around that will serve as a remembrance for you in case you want to take something in the supermarket. If you remember, with that journal, you just withdraw. No, I'm exceeding my budget. So this journal will help you while carrying it around to the supermarket, taking it to the your local market to shop. Whenever there is an emergency, and no matter how emergency that kind of thing is, you will always remember that, oh, I have this kind of thing. At least I calculated a miscellaneous that for this kind of emergency, I don't want to exceed this budget. In the year 2019, there is one presidential candidate called Shinzo that actually encouraged the people in Japan to be using this cashless policy. But still, Japanese people, they still make use of their Kakeibo. Why? Because it works well for them. How do you think they get to the top if not that they have mastered this act of savings? They mastered this act of spending less and saving more. And from the part that they are saving, they are using it to achieve a lot of beautiful things. They don't go past their boundaries. They don't buy things to impress people. They buy what they needed. And the fact that these Japanese people really believe in minimalism, that is spending minimal, do things minimal, do things on an average level, even if you are very rich. Do not go past your boundary. Now, the third and final step, why is this Kakeibo unique? How can this Kakeibo really have effect on your life, despite having you saving money in the bank, and you are still touching that money and you don't even know where this money is going every single month? Yes, you are saving, but it is not very easy to save in the bank, because making use of cashless policy, you can easily go into any supermarket, you can easily go into any shopping mall and just swipe your card and boom, your money is gone, without you even thinking twice and without you even being calculative about what you are spending. In these final steps, what are the benefits of using this Kakeibo journal? And at the end of the month, what are the questions you still need to ask yourself that justifies your overall results. Let's start with the benefits. The first benefit is that it helps you break down all your expenses. It helps you break down all your savings. Name it. Is it transportation? Is it vacation? Is it expenses on food? Is it health or medical expenses? Is it rentals? Is it subscription? Is it eating out? Just name it. Because there are actually spaces in these journals that you can document all these things. For every amount you spend on transportation, for every amount you spend on your rental fee, for every amount you spend on your subscription, there are spaces in this journal in which all these things can be documented. And secondly, and most importantly, it helps you figure out where exactly your money is going every month. Even sometimes I get confused, guy. I have this money and I don't understand how exactly did I spend this money this month. I check my bank transaction history, but it's still not convincing enough. Like, how come? Why? When did I deduct this? Like, there is no means of tracking whatsoever that is satisfying to me. I personally, it is not satisfying. Not until I changed my method. Now it helps you to realize where most of your money is sinking into, and if needs be, how you can minimize your spending. And finally, at the end of the month, these are the questions that needs to be answered. The first one is, did you meet your monthly targets? And secondly, what ways did you find to save money? And the third one, what areas did you spend too much on? Sometimes, I don't know, it may not be consistent, but sometimes you just realize at the end of the month that this coffee that I'm drinking every month, hope there is no problem. Why I might it seems I'm getting addicted to drinking coffee every single morning, and it is taking my money. So if you realize that, so it is this coffee that is taking most of my money for the last month, definitely I need to minimize the amount of coffee I take every single day. And last but not the least, what will you like to change next month? Like, what kind of improvement would you like to make? As someone who just started using a journal to document their savings and their expenses, you can't be an expertise, you can't be an expert at the beginning of you using it. In fact, the first month may be awful, the first month may be bad, because you can just do everything like blah 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 blah. It's not very convincing and satisfying, but at the end of the day, as the month goes by, you will see where you are lacking. I need to improve so place. The amount I saved last month is kind of small. I need to be more disciplined this month, and I want to save more. Now let me bust your brain. I have found myself in this kind of dilemma before. Like, I don't know where my money have been going, what is going on. I'm hustling, I have side hustles, but this thing, I don't know, it's like a course. No matter how much you are earning per month, if it is not documented, you don't know where the money is going. It will just look like you are not making any money. You will find it hard to even figure out what you were able to buy with that money for that month. But at some point, I just changed my mentality that what's going on? I have one jotter that I'm not even using anymore, though I don't have this Kakebo journal because I'm not a Japanese. But I'm sure if you can go to any shopping mall, there will definitely be some kind of journals like that if you are not a Japanese. So I just searched my home and I found one journal that I think, this will be very useful. So I decided that this month I will not be spending more than this amount. I would be strict on myself. Like, what the hell? How was I able to spend this amount of money last month? I need to change. That was how I started, and it has been wonderful since then. I would not lie to you. It has been really, really wonderful. So with this Japanese method of saving your money, that is the $5.34 rule, you would be able to switch from buy now, pay later mentality to plan now and buy later mentality. I hope in this video you have been able to get one or two value that will help you in your daily life savings. Bye bye, see you later, and thanks for watching.